You ever played against 40 minutes against the zone defense?
Yeah, Mayville a couple years ago when we beat them in overtime. That was 40 minutes of zone, and we beat them in overtime. And those little guards were running around making shots from everywhere, right? And you just kind of, you know you're going to get good looks if you move the ball. And so when you're playing against the zone, and you know it's going to be a zone for 40 minutes, and we knew that because that's how they play. And it's a great thing because it gives you a chance to really work on it. Because you always, we don't do a lot of zone. So to work against it sometimes can be a little more difficult because, you're kind of faking it in practice because you don't love zone. But when you play against a team that zones every game, like they're good at kind of knowing what teams try to do to attack it. And they got length, they got good athletes. They're out there with 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" athletes with some length and some burst and some anticipation. So, like, we had 8 turnovers in the first half, and that zone had everything to do with it because you kind of can get casual and standing. And but I thought our guys were really trying. I thought we moved the ball. We started figuring it out. We got some great looks, had a good run in the first half to end it. And then throughout the second half, we were making shots, I thought. Getting stops when we kind of needed to. But, a lot of positives to take from it. The returning guys, most of them, I think you can kind of see, you know what you're getting from those guys. It's fun to get some of the newer guys in more and continue to get opportunities to make plays and play a lot of minutes. So it's a good game for that.
You pleased with the way you shot it overall?
Well, overall, I think there was some zone 1 finishes in that second half. And around some of the offensive board, second chance points, I thought we could have done a better job of grabbing it, 2 hands, and finishing it. But when you get good looks against the zone, I don't know what we made. Did we make 12? I think we made 13 threes. So we make 13 threes. I think any time we would ever make 13 threes, as long as we're not taking 50 attempts to get 13, I'd probably be pretty happy. So when you're going against a 1-3-1 zone or a 2-3 or whatever it might be, I think we ended up shooting about 40% from 3. So make it 13 and shooting 40%, I would take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So yeah, I'd be happy with that. And different guys made them. I think Trey had another 5 or so, but different. It was good to see Eli make a couple, and just he's getting more experience and getting more confidence and comfortable, and it's good to see that.
You also got to use your athleticism and length to get the rim 2 off zones on drives. That's got to be positive.
And we do, and we've got different guys that have size and athleticism and the ability to attack the rim. And when you attack the rim and you draw defense, it's finding the next right play, finding the next open man. And at times we're doing a really good job of that. Overall, we're trying, and at times, there's still parts of it that we're still trying to get together on the same page with it. But overall, pretty happy with the movement. I don't know how many assists we ended up with, but I would imagine we had a decent amount of assists if we made 13 threes against the zone.
Other than that Mayville game a few years ago, are you aware of teams that played 40 minutes of zone?
Nah, not really. You got your teams that have done that, like a Syracuse does it, but we haven't played them, right? You don't see it very often. You don't. Not for 40 minutes. Not on misses. We wanted to really try to exploit it on misses where we want to play with pace. And when you're going against a team that's trying to get back in a zone on misses, you should be able to get more. And I'd have to watch the film to see how we did, but I think we got some early opportunities against it on when we got stops.